we might have to do about 5 of these first before we're like, yeah, this is it.
All right. Looks like we're ready.
All right. Just swallow it.
So much.
Oh.
Okay.
Exactly. Is this recording?
It is.
Oh, well, you cutting it anyhow.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh. All right, cheers.
Okay, ready?
Get ready.
Okay. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Stop Sulking podcast, a safe space for women that are prioritizing their health, their self-care, and their dreams. And I am your host, Ms.TashaTalksLife. Welcome. And I have my sister with me today for Girl Chat. We are doing another segment, which is Girl Chat. I'm super excited for it. So how are you,
I am
Nicky?
good. I am good.
Okay, so this is where we just, this podcast is a way for women to be free and talk about the things that really matter: life, mom, wife, friend, daughter, employer, employee, all those things. So today we're talking about, it's going to be organic, but we're just talking about friendships and the importance and how to identify maybe when they're not so important. Exactly. And taking an audit and knowing, relationships to me is transactional. And I know it's not like where you feel like because I'm your friend, you have to do this and do that for me. It's an organic transaction, right? Would you agree?
Definitely. You want to do things for your friend. And to me, friendship is so much deeper than just the word. It's family, it's love, it's filling my girl's cup when it doesn't even need to be filled without feeling like you're gassing somebody.
Yes.
It's pure love.
It is. A little bit of backstory about us. We've been friends since 14 or maybe 12.
I think 12.
12.
Oh yeah, girl, because I was pregnant like 2 seconds afterwards.
And that's a whole other story. We'll get to that when we get to the time. But my uncle and her mom,
is married.
Yes, they're married. So they were dating at the time.
Yeah.
And he introduced me to Nicky. And because his girlfriend had a daughter and he had a niece, and he was like, oh, they're the same age. So, and
you gonna tell the story?
I am. So the first time the first time that we meet, Nicky did
not want to be there. That's very clear.
It was very
clear.
All. It was very clear. So here I am, like, hi, my name is Tasha. Because my uncle's like, yo, this is my girlfriend's friend, my girlfriend's daughter. So I want to, and here I am, like, okay, let me make her, she's in my space. Let me make her feel comfortable. Let me be friendly as I am, social. She's like, all right.
Dry. Dry. Like, these people brought me here. Hello.
And I'm like, okay, But ever since then,
thick as thieves,
since then, I'm not even gonna tell you how many years later, because that's aging ourselves. We've been super close. We've been super close. This is my person.
Yes.
And so when we're here, we're being authentic, transparent. What you see is what you get. She may have to reel me in a little bit, but that's what she does.
She gonna have to come like, girl, you can't say that on
there. Well, that's what I do. And so so that's how we started, and we've been rocking ever since. Godmother to my kids, I'm a godmother to her kids, her many.
All right, I knew you was gonna go there. She's almost caught up though. I might have started early, but
and I did catch up quick. So this is what it is. But so we're talking about pouring into each other's cup. We talk about nurturing each other's friendship. How important would you say that is? Or if you don't have that, what is that like lacking?
Yeah, I think the thing is, if thinking you have it maybe and not really having it, because I think people are so quick to say, oh, my friend. No, I'm not quick to say that. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm quick to say, oh, I'm cool with that person, because people are cool. But to me, when I don't know what Webster say the definition of friendship is, but to me is I don't have to talk to my friend every day. I don't have to be in my friend's space. I could share my friends, because other people have issues with that too.
Yeah.
But if I know sometimes I get a feeling like, yo, let me put up my girl, and it's right on time. She's going through something, and I'm there.
Yeah.
It don't matter. I'll pull up, even if I can't get a hold. I feel something's up. I will pull up.
She definitely will pull up.
Look around like, yo, we good?
Definitely. Yeah, yeah.
And you know, sometimes you're good, and then other times you just need to chat or whatever the case is. But I feel it's important to be able not just to receive the love, receive be the recipient of just anything, right? Yeah. You have to be giving. It's a two-way street, like any relationship, with your marriage, which you could be dating.
Yep.
But just as much as you give to me, I should be giving. But it's not like a tit for tat.
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah.
Oh, you did this, I'm gonna do this. It, like you
Genuine,
said,
yeah,
and organic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it's real, you know, because I think oftentimes you get caught up with, oh, my friend, but yet when you sit back and think about it, it's, well, if I'm always giving, or if you're real with yourself, I feel like I'm always receiving. That means I need to be a better friend.
Yeah, that's for sure.
But oftentimes we're not really looking that, because we're just taking.
Yes. And I think it's more natural, right? To take. I think it takes intentionality to be a good friend.
Yeah.
I think it even, and you know, I seen something that said like, if your friend, if you ain't checking on me, I ain't checking on you. And I feel some type of way about that in a sense of everybody's going through something, right? So if I'm checking on you and you're not checking on me, there's a part of very fine line of, okay, there may be something going on. But even if you have, but that's where the other side comes to me, because even if you have stuff going on, you should be able to still be able to celebrate for your friend, still be able to show up for your friend, still be able to be that friend, although you're going through some stuff. Now, absolutely. There are times when it's just so heavy and it's so much to bear and it's so much, but you still have to tune in and be intentional, right? So I think that, like you said, and calling everybody, like I catch myself all the time because it's so easy to flow my friend when I be like, and I'll catch myself right in that moment, say my colleague or my associate, because I said my friend, and I'm like, I just want to make sure, because some people, like you said, value for label friendship differently, and that's not it. You know what I'm saying? It's not, everybody's not your friend. You have associates, you have acquaintances, you have colleagues, you have different people. Like some colleagues may turn into lifelong friends, because I have some of those. But knowing the category that everybody fits, I think would help also with the expectation. Absolutely. And I don't know, like, and yeah, you have an expectation of a friend, because you know my ride or dies, you know, and your friends do go in buckets, I think.
Absolutely.
I think.
Yeah, you could have your turn up friend.
Yes.
I'm crying to you friend, or, you know, there's different categories. And then you have, when you're fortunate, you're blessed enough to have, I could do that with this, I could do all those things to that one person. And it doesn't make one friend better than the other. I think what makes a really true friend is when up or down, I could call you. Yeah. Or you're calling me. Yeah. You know, and to talk on what you said, like we all go through things. And I know I have a habit just naturally. When I go through my things, I try not to burden people with it. And it's a bad habit, but it's real. I'm not gonna sit here in front. But regardless, so I'm going through whatever I'm going through, but I know my sister's going through something. I know I'm going to pause that, because my problem is going to still be here tomorrow, but I'm going to check on my sister to say, all right, you know what? And then actually maybe that's a little selfish too, because I'm like, all right, I'll put my problems in this too. Let's talk about yours, girl, because I'm over mine.
And I want, because I know you, I think that is not always the best. No, because you know, sometimes we're so caught up in our own stuff that we don't identify that what's going on around us. And sometimes we're caught up and it's like, so I'll catch myself like, because this is my
George. Cheers, y'all.
Listen, you want to know? I mean, listen, Okay.
Girl, she'll be going through and I'm laughing at her. Not in a horrible way, but I'm like, all right, girm. Remember when you was pregnant?
Oh my.
She showed up, y'all.
So wait, okay, so she has twins. Like they're the same age for a whole month.
No, 3 weeks, y'all.
Right, 3 weeks.
3 weeks. I was submissive.
I don't know if that was 6 week wait. But so here it is. Now her kids are a little bit older than mine. So when she had her kids and they were back to back, I was like laughing,
cracking jokes.
I said, "Dad, you got twins, whatever." Huh. So years later, I find out because I had my second son. I found out that I was pregnant with my third son when he was 8 months old. She was the first. After I just jammed the pregnancy test in the father's face. I literally said, "I'll be back. You deal with this. I'm leaving." And I went to my person, right? So I'm going to my person, tears welled up in my eyes to the ceiling, okay? And I'm like, "I'm pregnant." Bust out, laughing. Belly grabbing, laughing at me. And I was like,
really? It was to her face, y'all. It was not behind her back.
I'll give you that. But I was like, here I am. I literally was like, this is Jesus number 2. Because I don't even know when this happened. You hear me? But no, but this is my person. Like when it comes down to it, I give all my problems. Like, help me.
But it's mutual though.
Yes.
You know,
yes.
And there's no judgment.
No.
Because she'll sit here and be like, because listen, my mind is a very interesting place. I'm not even gonna sit here and pretend. And I will sit here and some things sound a little paranoid. It sounds crazy. And she will listen and the teacher and her will girl and tell me the God honest truth. And sometimes I'm looking like,
yeah.
And then I have to call like, girl, I can't stand you because I know you're right.
And that to me is genuine friendship. I don't need anybody around me that's gonna yes me to death. Mm-hmm. That's gonna big up my bull crap. You know, that's gonna tell me that I'm right when I'm wrong. Like I really need a person. And the reason why you confide in your friends is because you want the real to real. Now,
but hold on, do you though?
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. Some people
that's true.
Want to just girl, and
I'm talking about myself, but you're right. You're absolutely right.
They want to monopolize. It's a little personal thing. Monopolize your time to just listen to their nonsense. And I have nonsense, so I'm not trying to pass judgment, but I really do want, I don't want, like you said, I don't want nobody just telling me something I want to hear. I can tell myself that.
Yes.
You know, I'm in my own delusional world sometimes, but I need to be checked. Yeah. And that's what a real friend does. But there's some people that just want you to resent when you give them the real, when it goes against what they want to hear.
Yes, that's true.
And then you have to learn, like, is that really your friend, or you are just a pawn to listen to their shenanigans?
A dumping ground.
Yeah,
like somewhere
trash bag.
Yes, something that you just come. You do not want a solution,
no resolution,
and you don't want feedback, but you just want to dump on me. And I think that for me, in the space that I'm at and where I have evolved to, I can partially listen, because I don't want to be that friend to be like, don't come to me with your nonsense. Don't come to me. Yeah. But I also understand that everybody's not looking for a solution. And that's a thing that I had to understand, is that I'm not Mrs. Fix-It. Although you're telling me something and I may have the answer, and I may have went through that, and this is what worked for me, you have to go through your own stuff. But I don't have to allow you to dump on me and wear your stuff all the time.
Like every time you see them, that's the thing. Because also, if you're there, you have to know where you need to stop, because you're giving real quality advice or something from the heart, whether they think it's right or wrong. You then become the know-it-all. You then become, I'm too good. And that's not it. You might be too good for the situation,
right?
But you're not better than that person. And then they start resenting you. Then you're like, what kind of madness is going on here? Because you come in, you just want me to sit here and listen then.
And sometimes it's a lot. Like I have my own stuff going on, and you come and dumping your stuff on me with not even. My thing is this. Okay, so I had an administrator. I was a math lead teacher, and I came to her saying, like, they don't listen to me, or they don't this and that. And she would say, well, what's the solution? Before you come with the mess or the problem, come with the solution to it. So this is the problem, and this is what I'm proposing as the solution. So if you're coming to me to say what's going on, have you thought through the solution? Because you clearly don't want to hear what I have to say. And also, I'm not the one that can necessarily make the choices for you.
Yeah.
But it becomes a lot to wear other people's stuff when they come and just drop it on you.
Heavy.
It is, especially when you want.
Go ahead, girl.
Especially when you have your own stuff, especially when you want so much for them.
And that's the whole thing. Where did I forgot where I saw it. I think TikTok, because I got time now. But just for a little while ago. But it's like we have our own stuff going on, but I could see, what you see for yourself. And it could be up here. I'm looking at it like, yeah, I see here, but I see here. I want even more for you, whether it's your path or not. And I think that's also another issue, right? Where you have friends, real friends, but they don't want you to be the best that you could be, because they might be a little intimidated that you might surpass them. And that's something we don't have. Like when I say, like, we do not have that issue at all, to the point where she got a whip like chick, and it's a good thing though, because we know each other.
Yeah.
But it's not where she'll be here and it's good enough for me to get here. She wants me here, if not here, because it's insecurities.
Yeah. I that's the thing I struggle with, is having people around me that may feel like they're either a better, or that I think that I'm better. That's not, it's hard because you love people. For me, I'm loyal to my core. And I have to understand too, that everything and in my journey, I'm realizing that all relationships are not meant to last the entirety of your story, right? Because I believe that everybody's life is a story. And some people are in your life for a chapter, maybe 5 chapters, maybe the entire book, right? But everybody is not that. And for me, because of my loyalty, it's hard to where sometimes I don't see where this relationship may be running its course.
Yeah.
And because of that, I'm grateful for God, because God will, when I pray, God will pick them people out, and I'm like, wait,
you holding on? What? He's like, no, daughter.
No. And I'm grateful for him, because I'm not strong enough to do it. Because of my loyalty, I'm not strong enough to do that. And so when I think about taking a friendship audit, I think you want to think about, how is the relationship transactional? Meaning, and obviously I don't mean, it's not necessarily tit for tat or give and take, but if you cannot pour into my cup, if you cannot pour into me, and I'm always pouring into you, there's an imbalance. I should be able to get something from you. You should be able to get something from me. Absolutely. It's an equal exchange, whatever that may be. It could be as simple or as light as, I know that when I hang out with you, I'm going to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that is. And when you hang out with me, you're going to get some motivation, because I'm always learning and I'm always turning it, right? But I think if you look at a relationship, I seen someone post on social media how they literally went through their immediate friends and did an audit, and some of their friends, although they still love them, they kind of
distance themselves.
Like, so it's like, we still love each other, we can be at events socially, it's still high and by, but it's not, I'm not putting the same energy into the relationship like I did before. And it hit me, because I'm like, wow, like, I don't think enough people, I think because
they've been around forever,
because of the history, because of the years, because they know my kids, I know their kids, or because, whatever, they stay in these toxic relationships. Speaking of that,
oh God,
a lot of relationships are trauma ships, right?
Yes. We've been through the same trauma. So we linked up.
So now we have, and that's all we have.
That's not healthy.
No.
That's toxic.
Because as soon as you're delivered from it, or I'm delivered from it, now we have nothing to talk about, right? So that's, listen, that is a hard one, because you dated Jody and I dated no good Ray Ray. We have a lot to talk about, because every day he did this, she did whatever. But now that you met Mr. Prince Charming and I'm still dating no good Ray Ray, now we have nothing, because I'm coming to you and you like, I don't know now, girl. And that, but that really wasn't, that was a trauma ship.
It wasn't a real friendship.
Right.
it suited your needs at the time, and things that happens, but this is why we're so quick. So, okay. All right. See me, it'll be years before I call somebody a friend. And I maybe that is very excessive. Maybe. It's real. But it's like real, like I have to trust and feel comfortable. And I got my own things going on, but at the end of the day, usually I have a circle of 5, right? And they're probably not gonna go nowhere because I don't vet these folks for decades.
Right.
Because I can't really, to me, like my friends are my family. Like they really are embedded in my heart. And if I fall out with one, I don't like it. And it's happened once and it disturbed my peace.
And I think that's when it's genuine, when it disturbs your peace. Because when you fall out with one and you feel a sense of peace.
And then you should have been,
then that's a different story. I'm not even going to go there. But I love what you said about having a friends turning family, because the thing is, when you have family is family. But I think that like family is a term because we have the same blood. But I think that there's family that is developed from friendship, from actually going through some stuff, growing together. Because you have family that you only see during funerals. Let's be honest. But then this friend that you've had for however long, and y'all had that connection and understanding, you consider them family because you've been through some stuff. You see each other, you expect each other. Like for us, for example, we've never had a blowout because, and it's some people say, if you and your friends don't argue, y'all not real friends. I don't agree. Because what it is I respect her perspective and she respects mine. We don't have there to argue about. When we don't, a lot of times she'll tell me like, you was wrong. And I'd be like, that doesn't feel good. But I respect what you're saying because we're not gonna make it what are we arguing about?
And then we'll come back later and laugh and talk crap about the same thing. But we still don't have to see eye to eye on the situation.
So just because you don't have an argument, a big blowout, because there are disagreements for sure, but a big blowout doesn't mean that it's a fake friendship. It's just that you respect and love each other enough to understand the other person's perspective and to also not judge. Right? You be like, okay, you wild out on that, and and I feel comfortable and secure to tell you you wild out. You should apologize, and even though it doesn't feel good, because I value her friendship and I value her perspective. All right, I may not apologize right now, but I hear you.
And be annoyed, like, why she always gotta say, but like be the voice of reason. Like, I want to wallow in this mess right now. I can't stand you, but it's not really I can't stand you. It's like you are really the voice of reason. And you'll come to it, but you gonna make me come to it a little quicker than I want to.
Exactly.
It's I think really to touch on that is when you agree with everything your friend says. Like, yo, what kind of
that's not
what
real.
That can't be
because
real.
We're two different people.
Exactly.
And if you're being real with yourself, you're not going to agree with, even if it comes down, it's simple as down to like food types or whatever, anything. If you agree with your friend on every single thing, I think you're more of a yes man than a real friend.
Another agenda going on. Because do you agree with your partner? I know I don't.
Yeah, for sure.
I still love them, but I sure enough don't. And I know he sure don't agree with me, but that doesn't change the love and the respect.
Exactly. And I saw something else that said how how friends can be soulmates, not necessarily in relationship. We've been saying that. I saw that right. That's my soul. Because although we have partners or whatever, we because
we die.
To death do us part.
Okay.
No, that's what you said with your husband. So death do us die.
Me dying out of this relationship.
Exactly.
Let me just say that.
But that's real. Like, you really have a person, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a opposite sex or an intimate person. It could be a platonic, real relationship where this is your person. And so you're my person.
We're blessed.
I think we have 100 pictures like that.
I think that is our whole look. I went through my phone the other day trying to delete extra stuff. And I'm like, I think that's the only type of pictures we have. but with the same, yo, so Tasha tells me, listen, I be doing these fake smiles. I really, because I have that rest in B face. I really am happy inside, guys. I am a happy person. And even when I'm thinking I'm smiling, the world doesn't see it. I don't, even when I take pictures, I mean, to me, my jawbones is up here.
It's like a little smirk.
And it looks like, it doesn't look like what I thought was going on inside. And I tell you, she says, she could differentiate, oh, you had a real smile. And I'm like, and I'm like, oh yeah, I really was having a good time, not trying to just, fake it. And that just also tells you it's your friend know you. Yes. Your friend knows you good, bad, and indifferent, and accepts you either whichever place you are.
For sure. So yeah, so I just want everyone to take away from this. Just take a friendship audit. Like, look at the friends that you have. Also, look at yourself. Are you a good friend?
Yeah.
And one thing that I really do is if somebody drops in my spirit, whether it's a best friend or just someone that I'm an acquaintance with, if they drop in my spirit, I reach out to them. Guess what? Because and I'm gonna tell you, I want to say 90% of the time they're going through something. It's like, oh my God, thank you for texting me. My son just did this, or oh my God, thank you, I needed that and it's just because it drops on you for a reason. So look at yourself and how a good of a friend you are being to the people in your life and the people that you say you love, and also look at the friends that you have. How is it transactional? How are they feeding into you, filling your cup, and how are you feeding into their cup? If it's not there, it could be a trauma bond.
Yeah, and I'm gonna also say this.
Say it, girl.
Maybe it should be next episode.
What is it?
Don't worry about it.
It must be hot.
It's a little messy, but it's so, you know what, make the boundaries clear. Right? Because I've had to, y'all, when you could get a sense where people are connecting to you, and it's a blessing and a curse at the same time, because although I have that resting B face, I do tend to get people that, will share and I'm all in it. But sometimes they might perceive that as you want to be friends. And that's not, I know in my world, that's not what that's and just
so
me.
How do you set that boundary?
Oh, I say it's happened, y'all.
What did you say?
I caught wind of what was going on, and I'm like, just to be clear, I can't have another friend. It sounded crazy, I know, but I did it, but it was not out of malice.
No,
right? It's just I knew I did point it off on other folks. They could be your friend, but to me, a friendship is time. It's just like being an intimate relationship.
Yes.
So that is time and effort, and then I now have to take that from my household and my other friends.
Very true.
So I have to be honest and say, no, we're cool. We are cool. If you're hungry, I got you. If I have, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
that's for sure.
Friendship is showing up or emotionally showing up all the time.
I respect that 100%. I don't know how I'm not a ghoster, but I respect that because
I love you from over
and
here.
I think that's powerful, being able to really identify, like, oh, this person is really trying to cling, and although I will help you whenever I can, I don't have the capacity to nurture another relationship.
Yeah. And I was told before, like, I give mixed messages, and I'm like, I just think I'm being kind. It's not trying to play with people's feelings or anything like that. And I think in this day and age, people aren't that kind. But my friendship is a whole different level. So therefore I'll be kind because Christ told us to be kind. And it's in my nature, although I don't look it.
Yes, but it is. It really is.
But I can't take on those responsibilities. And if we aren't clear with people about those things, they're thinking they have a whole new bestie, and you're like, what's going on? And that to me is not fair.
Yeah.
So me sounding a little harder, which is not hard, it's just being a little very transparent.
No, I love it.
Seems hard.
I love it. I just won't even bark up that tree. Because I could, no. I would be like, I'll give you resources all day.
And there goes that teacher. Like, oh,
I have hella resources, but I, you know, and you know, he may not be done with me yet in that area.
He ain't done with none of us.
But I get that because I am very I can be very inviting also. Yeah. So because I know that, I just don't even go there. You know, like I will give resources, but my kindness has a bad, like I always say, I gotta pray about it. I gotta listen to my body. How does my body feel? Do I feel like investing in this, or do I feel like showing up for this, or is it aligned with what my vision is for how I want to show up or what I want to do? Yeah. And if it's a no, it's a no. So I love that. I love that you were able to even articulate that and let that person know, you know, this is what it is, you know? So, and that's kind of like, for me, it's easier to do that with opposite sex relationships.
I think that is actually easier, because then they're looking at you like, no, this, and it's not meant for you to receive it, but it can be received a little bit hard. Yeah. But at that point, I said what I said.
But I said what I said. I love that. I think I don't open myself up.
It'll be an accident, y'all. I do not mean.
No, because you are a genuine person and you are genuinely looking to help. And I mean, she'll send you like a random person, like, help me.
Be quiet. Be quiet.
Because you asked. I mean, all right. Because you asked. But no, but God bless you.
Help me help them.
And that's where your blessings come from, because I'm like, just
like,
I said, you trying to say the scam?
Then I'm like, am I?
But I hope not.
The Lord told me to ask.
But I'm doing it from my heart. It will be blessed.
Yo, I can't stand her.
You know, because they know who to go to, child. No, but bless you, sis.
I ain't no fool though.
No, definitely not.
You don't keep coming out,
because she ain't gonna be falling for it.
You ain't gonna like me.
But initially, you might be able to get a couple of dollars.
A few dollars.
Yeah, no. But this was great. This was good.
All right. Girl.
So just know, you will see my sister a lot more, and this is a lot for her. So I'm thank you for showing up, because this was really good. I know people are going to love it. So if you enjoyed this episode, please let us know in the comments. If you want to hear more topics, let us know. I love you. And I just want you to know to be well, be blessed. And remember that your past does not dictate your future. Till next time, see you in the next episode.